Hello and welcome to the Buzzerbeater Show, episode 29. 29, right? Yeah, it's 29. Um, Today we're going to talk about the after finals. So, first of all, if you haven't listened to my last podcast, the Lakers won. And so, yeah, I've heard some, I would say, disrespect towards the Lakers championship. Like, it's too easy. I think I already talked about this in the last pod, but I just don't get why people would say, oh, it was easier than usual. I mean, in the topic that I'm going to talk about, it was an easier finals than the usual ones, but there have been easier. Yeah. So a ring is a ring. And if people say it was easier, still a ring is a ring. People even back in when Kevin Durant came to the Warriors and won 2 Finals MVPs and 2 championships, they were like, "Oh, it doesn't count because you went to the Warriors. Oh, it doesn't count because it was easier." Like, come on, bro. A ring? Sorry. It's still a ring. It counts either way, you know? And it's not like, ooh, why? I don't get why people say, oh, it doesn't count because these are the NBA finals. This is the hardest task in any professional basketball. And yes, for some it's easier, but the finals is the highest peak if you make it in your career. And if you win it too. If you don't, it's still your highest up to that point. So Jimmy High Roller is a YouTube basketball analyst. Yeah, you could say that. So if you can watch, I watched the video. You can watch it. Just type in on YouTube Jimmy High Roller and it just pops up. So with a stat that shows how successful a team was in the regular season and what path the team had in the in the playoffs, like the schedule, which team. So you add all those numbers up, like the regular season, which place they were, and so it just shows up like I don't really get the math behind it because it doesn't really explain it too, but just a number adds up. And the less you have, the more. No, wait. So it also shows the chance. So no, wait. The higher it is, the harder it is. So if you have like a 6, if 6.1, and the other NBA finals has a 8.1, the 8.1 is harder. Yeah, and this stat only really only counts from 1984 to now, because in 1984 everything was included, like 3-point line, assists, blocks, points, steals, everything was counted. And that's like where the NBA. I mean, except for a couple rules, the NBA hasn't really changed till 1984. I mean, like from. I mean, you can't count more than. They're counting everything that we count today from stat wise. And so from 1984 to 2020, the Lakers are the 34th of all the championships. So they're the third easiest champions to ever win it. And the only two teams that are that had it easier are the 1986 and 1987 and the 1988 Lakers. And this is a very it had like a table that just showed what team was the what had the easier, and it also shows that if anybody says, "Oh, the 80s were so hard," the 80s have the easiest finals ever for who won it. It shows. I think no 80s team ranks over the top 10. Jimmy Howard says the most competitive time was the 90s and the 2000s. Just a little thing to remember about because, yeah. I mean, it's God, I'm tired today. I didn't sleep that long. But it just shows that if anybody says, "Oh, the 80s were so tough and rough," I mean, they were tough, but from like a competitive standpoint, no. From an entertaining standpoint, it's also different. So LeBron has his hardest championship in 2016 because he came back from a 3-1 lead, probably. Ranked 6th. Yeah. And I was wrong that I said it was not. It wasn't hard. I mean, I also included all the standpoints the players were. Don't see their family, no fans. But you can't really include that into a stat, you know? It's hard. I mean, it's not even possible. It counts no matter what because a championship is a championship, as I already said. So, I think this is probably the last time I'm going to talk about this finals. Maybe. I don't know. But I think I'm not going to talk about it in the near future. So, the Knicks are looking at Anthony Edwards in the draft. Or Josh Green, or Kyra Lewis Jr. All of them, except for Kyra Lewis Jr., are shooting guards. And that would be really, really, really good for the Knicks because we have... I haven't talked to... So, Mitchell Robinson, center. Oh God, bro. Kevin Knox, small forward, right? Frank Ntilikina, point guard, but still, he's not really playing that much. Julius Randle, power forward. Who else? Oh my God, I haven't talked about the Knicks in ages. Oh my god. Please don't call me a casual just because I don't. Ugh. Wait, I'm just gonna look up the roster of the Knicks. Sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Here, the Knicks. I forgot about RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is a small forward, or it could also be a guard. We had Reggie Bullock too. He is either a guard or a forward. Damian Dotson, he is a guard. Wayne Ellington, guard too. Bobby Portis, forward. Julius Randle, already said forward. Mitchell Robinson, either a center or a forward. Dennis Smith Jr. is a guard, and Kenny Wooten is a forward. So, all right, Maurice Harkless, is a forward or a guard. So, I mean, the best player in the Knicks right now is Julius Randle. And I mean, oh my god, bro, this team oh my god, bro. Please, if Wayne Ellington is any good, please. Please. We need to have more guards. That's the only thing. Julius Randle can't run the show, bro. He's not LeBron. He's not like I'm going to run up the floor and I'm going to set up plays. No. He can't do that. He finishes at the rim. I know. He could shoot threes, yeah. But he's not like a LeBron that could shoot threes, make plays, go to the rim, and draw fouls. And dribble the ball, too. I mean, Julius Randle's like, it's okay. Yeah, bro, this team sucks. Oh, God. Wait, we also have Taj Gibson, right? But Taj Gibson, too, he's not a ball handler. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it can't get any worse than this, you know? It can't. Physically, it can't. A lot of people said this before, but that was like in 2006, 2007, when the Knicks still had, 2011, 12, and the Knicks still had Melo and Jeremy Lin, and they were not coming along, and Jeremy Lin actually had to leave the team, which was total bullshit, but yeah. So, if you haven't already talked about this last podcast, Daryl Morey was resigned as the general manager of the Houston Rockets. And so now it's going to come down to, I mean, they have already a new front office. So the signs point to that either Westbrook or Harden are going to get traded. And I mean, yeah, it was a disappointing run. It was. What can I say? It was not that great. And just, oh my God. Westbrook was atrocious, bro. He was so bad. Not bad. He was disappointing. The whole thing was just disappointing. And those small things with Capella getting traded and they getting like, oh my God, I forgot the name. Number 33 on the Houston Rockets. What was his name? Robert Covington, right? Robert Covington. And them getting Robert Covington and him being their center and stuff. It just didn't work out. And they lost 4-1 to the Lakers. I mean, which is pretty. It's hard to play against the champs, but still, they're quicker, and just they can shoot better threes, and the Lakers are not the greatest team to defend threes. In game one is always like a lot of people overreact in game one, but yeah, the Lakers just. LeBron, as I said, he was just looking at what the team has to do better and stuff. He was analyzing. And they won the next 4 games, so yeah. It's not. It is pretty obvious that the Houston Rockets were a disappointing team this year. They were disappointing, okay? But the problem is with Westbrook's and Harden's contracts. They are huge. And especially Westbrook has a bad reputation right now for his contract. And not a lot of teams want his contract. So it could either it could end like a team wants him, or it could end really sad that Westbrook won't find a team and can't play next season. Or maybe even retires at some point. I hope it doesn't come to that. Because Westbrook is just a phenomenal. It's just like Westbrook, he tries hard every game. He's a hard worker. The only problem is with OKC, he never really learned how to fit on a team. He just stands there. Doing absolutely nothing. Mostly it's just isolation and shooting threes. That's the only thing the Houston Rockets are doing. And mainly it's Harden. I mean, it's either going to be Westbrook or Harden, bro. And I think it's probably going to be Westbrook. But I'm not going to be surprised if it's Harden, just because they've been trying since 2011 for Harden to work out. 2012. And it still hasn't worked out. Yeah. So, last topic. This is more about, like, it's not really about basketball concern, but about Hubie's Halloween. Like, what has to do this with basketball? I'm going to tell you. Because Hubie's Halloween is a really good movie on Netflix. It's with Adam Sandler. It has a great cast. Kevin James, Adam Sandler, Shaq. That's why I want to talk about it. Shaq. The guy from... Ben Stiller. And the mom of Claire in Modern Family. I don't know her actor's name, but yeah. Noah Schnapp, the Will Byers in Stranger Things, is also in it. And yeah. I want to talk about this because Shaq had a really good performance. It wasn't long, but Shaq had always the reputation of not being the greatest actor. Especially in the 90s, where he did like this, where he tried to act and make movies, and also had a rap career. But the problem was, the movie he was in was not good. You know that movie where he's like a... Oh no, that was Dennis Rodman. I forgot the name of it. Just the movie. The role that he played was not good. It wasn't like bad good. Like if you think like, oh, this is funny, but still bad. It was just completely bad. But he improved. And I would really I would prefer. I mean, I really suggest this movie for anybody who likes. It's not really creepy. It's more like it's funny, you know, and it's a good thing to watch on Halloween. So, yeah. This is the end of this podcast today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel right now and turn on notifications. Please, if you liked it, if you like this podcast, and until next time, peace!